France did was honorable, of course, and it set the tone for other clubs if they were afraid to do it. To it gave them a little boost, a little confidence to do the right thing. Now, and as I said, we are at a crossroad. It's like a history. It's history making in aquatics because we're so young as a country and so young as a sport, right? Everything we do is going towards the history books, right? And the world is watching, not the world, but the Ministry of Sport is watching, sport companies watching, people who just follow sports in general in the news, they are watching, they are looking, not especially because of the poor performance this year at the Olympics, people are really scrutinizing sport and coming down really hard on sport administration. So everybody is watching to see what the culture is of the aquatics fraternity. Do you want to move forward or do you want to continue to regress? There is no black and white. Everybody is watching to see what you do. Everybody is watching to see as an individual club, are you ethical? Is this an environment that I want my child to be around? Is this an environment that I want to associate with as a parent, right? So people are looking at you from an individual level. They are looking at you from an association level. So this is a very serious election. The issue that I have from a governance standpoint, when you have these ghost clubs and it comes to decision making, when we have to meet with council and we need to have quorum, we don't have quorum because it's based on a larger number of people. So when you don't have quorum and you now have to leave the decision making to the executives because there's not enough people there, to follow through with the vote, the executives are now given free rein to do whatever they want. And we have seen where that has gotten us, right? So in terms of the ghost clubs, it would be nice if they would, bow out, or become associate members, because we don't want to exclude you from the fraternity. We want you to swim or, do water polo, etc. We want you there, but do the ethical thing, do the right thing. Everybody is watching. Saturday is a big day.
And Chantal, as you said, the associate member thing too, I'm affiliated to RWB Academy, right? We are an associate member of the association. We have had national swimmers on teams. We have had national coaches on teams, right? And I'm running for election. So if you can be a part of the association still, right? Why is it the need to be why do you choose to be unconstitutional? This is a choice to be doing something wrong. And for an association and an organization that administrates over so many young people, it needs to be rejected and it needs to be dealt with as soon as possible. Ryan, I see you're itching to say something.
No, not really. But it's so true and it's so sad. Chantal said the world is watching, but Trinidad and Tobago is watching, and made me really realize that we have a lot of times people that drop out of the sport just for that very reason. They can't take what our association is doing. They cannot. They can't deal with the kind of politics per se that we have in the association because they don't want their children to be a part of that because they see sometimes the kind of selfish behavior that we within our association, and that is not good because sometimes we might have example players that are very good players. They are satisfied, yes, with making their club team representing the club, and then they want to go on to be national athletes. But because sometimes there's so much selfishness involved in even just being on the national team and so on, the parents said, well, you know what, I rather not. So it in a way, it also keeps the country back from having the best athletes there available to represent the country because they just don't want to because of all the bacchanal that might be involved. All right. So instead of us coming together and doing a common good for the country, for aquatics, we're fighting with one another and not doing the best for the athletes.